All right, guys, this is part two. I might talk for an hour again, guys. I don't know if I can go for an hour and 40 minutes, guys. I am tired. I'm just lazy to man. I'm too even, man. What the fuck, man? An hour is nothing. I know it is, but like, please keep in mind, guys. I don't get paid for this. You guys lock the doors on me. If I got paid for this, I would make like 4 hour videos. If I got paid, I would make like 4 or 5 hour videos, man. If I got paid, because I'm not getting paid, I'm speaking for free, obviously. What? What? I'm speaking for free, obviously. What? I am what? I'm not motivated. I'm not as motivated to make as long of a video, obviously. I might make a full video. It just depends how much energy I have, guys. But I think I'm gonna shut the camera off here and after 1 hour, man. You better enjoy this series, What's Can, man. Yeah, man. Yeah. Guys, go on YouTube, type in Matrix Awakens gameplay, and go see the technology of of Unreal Engine 5. Yeah, remember that you got the technology. Think of a game like that for my Matrix trilogy, man. Look at an amazing game like that. All my games will be Unreal Engine 5. I'm gonna put Unreal Engine 5 into all my games. Even if I do the Great Escape, I'm gonna make the Great Escape in Unreal Engine 5 too. And me and VJ are on the run. You play as me and VJ in the game. You play as me and VJ. You can either play single player as me or VJ, or you can play double player one as me and VJ. Yeah, something cool. We're on the run. But the Great Escape game will not be as good as the Matrix games, I'm saying. The Matrix game will blow it out of the water. Not blow it out of the water, but it'll be better. It'll be better. That's if me and VJ choose to do games. Because I might perhaps not do games, guys. I might just stick to movies. You know what I'm saying? So if me and VJ choose to not do games, I will give Warner Bros. Like $1.4, $1.5 for the rights for the sequel movies and the merch, and that's it. If I don't make games, I don't want them to rip me off. If I don't do games, if I don't do any Matrix games, I'll give them $1.5 billion for the deal. That's a good deal for them, for the rights to make the sequels and sell the merch. If I don't do any games, if I do games, I'll give them $2.2 million. There's a high chance I will do games. Looking at something amazing for games, obviously. Yeah, yeah. So Michael B. Jordan will be the star of my idea for the cover is me. You're gonna see me, VJ, Michael B. Jordan, Agent Smith, and what? Yeah, me, Michael B. Jordan, VJ will be like the main like I'll be the main character, but Michael B. Jordan, VJ will be the main characters, the main characters. Whereas all the other guys are major characters. Everyone else are supporting. So John Krasinski, Brie Larson, Paul Bettany, Ben Affleck, and all of them, or Halle Berry, whatever it is, they're all supporting characters. They have a good chunk of scenes, but they're not like major characters. They're supporting characters. Well, supporting characters are major characters, right? But they're more supporting. Like they're not gonna have like Michael B. Jordan and VJ are gonna have the most scenes out of all those guys in the movie. Me, Michael B. Jordan, VJ, and like Agent Smith, those guys. So look, my dear for the front cover is you see me, Michael B. Jordan, VJ, and Agent Smith, obviously. But that doesn't mean Ben Affleck and all of them are not major characters. They're major characters, but they're not. They won't be featured on the cover, obviously. Or you can have them on the cover if you want. We'll see what happens. I'm saying. Give me a sec, guys. I gotta go upstairs and get a charger to charge my phone. My battery's running out. Excuse me, doing wait. Don't hate me, I'm saying. Alrighty, I got the charger. My stepmother was yelling at me because she doesn't want me taking her charger. But I have to beg her to give me the charger because what? My battery's like 50%. So yeah. Why isn't it charging? What's going on here? Yeah, it's charging now. Yeah, I know you guys love these videos, man. You better enjoy it while you still can. As what? Once I'm king, I am peace out VG. You're not going to be saved. I keep saying that. Yeah. Yeah, and I'm willing to sign Michael and all those actors to big contracts for the Matrix trilogy, obviously. So Michael will sign a 3-movie contract, a multi-movie deal, a franchise deal, obviously. You pay him $9 million base for the first Matrix movie. This is if I do the Matrix. If I don't, then Michael will not be in the Matrix trilogy, obviously. I'm speaking hypothetically here. Because I might just do the Great Escape guys over the Matrix. But I might have Michael B. Jordan be in the Great Escape movie too. But for he'll only be in a good, like, I don't know, hour and like 15 minutes of the movie. That's it. And I'll kill him off, and it's a one and done, obviously, the Great Escape. Whereas the Matrix will be the grandson of the grandson of Naomi Morpheus. You know, you're gonna see him kicking ass in the Matrix, yeah. Because Michael B. Jordan will be in his 40s by then. By the time I do the Matrix shows you, Michael B. Jordan will be in his like mid 40s. 44, 45, 46, around there. He'll be in his 40s. He'll be more mature. I remember this kid back in Friday Night Lights. Now he's in his 40s. Yeah. All you guys who saw Friday Night Lights, remember him in that? Yeah, I remember him as a quarterback in Friday Night Lights. Yeah, I remember him. And he was like 20 back then, 21 back then, 22 back then. Now Michael B. Jordan's in his mid 30s. By the time I do the Matrix shows you, he'll be in his 40s, man. He'll be like 45, 46 years old. Brie Larson will be in her 40s. John Zenshi will be like 50 in his 50s, early 50s. Yeah. Everyone's older now, yeah. Crazy, huh? So I can sign Michael to a $9 million deal for the first movie. That's a good deal for him. And I'll give him 0.01% of the profits, or $5.5 million of the profits. It's a good deal for him. Obviously. $250K merch. $250K for the re-release. Commercial money. $40,000 worth of commercial money. I'll do like 4 commercials. $40,000 commercial money. He gets his $2,000 for 300 gas. It's a good deal for him. And I'll sign him to like a $2 million deal for the game. That's a good deal for Michael. For the game, obviously. As Michael signed a massive deal. He signed like a what? Like a 16.5, almost $17 million deal with his combined earnings. It's a massive contract. He's going to walk away with what? Like a $7 million check in his bank after taxes. And the rates, right? The Canadian rate. About $7 million in his bank after taxes around him. $7.5 million in his bank after taxes. Fucking lot of money. Yeah, it can last you for 20 years. If you want these major actors to sign exclusive contracts, you have to offer them a boatload of money. That way they're not angry. Yeah, Ivan, Hollywood's going to be throwing me a lot of money. You better offer me a lot of money, man. As I don't want to turn down like big offers in fucking Hollywood, man. Yeah, Hollywood will be throwing Michael a lot of offers. So let's say, hypothetically speaking, I do the Matrix trilogy, and I sign Michael to that first movie deal. Obviously, Hollywood's going to be throwing Michael a lot of offers, like big contracts, 4, 5, 6, $7 million contracts. And if you want to keep Michael happy, give him a nice piece of the royalties and pay him a rich salary, and sign him to a lucrative deal for the game. That way, he's not angry. And then for the second movie, for Matrix 5, you can pay Michael $11.5 million base. You can give him 0.01, or you can give him a bit more money. Give him a nice give him like $7 million of the profits for the second movie, and with his $11.5 million salary, it's a good deal for him. That's 18.5 million. And you sign him to like a $2.3 million deal for the game. And 250K merch money. You know what I'm saying? $2,000 $40,000 commercial money, and speaking of earnings if he goes touring. As Michael for the second movie signed like a $19+ million deal. Money that he'll never make in Hollywood. It's a massive contract. That way you keep him happy, and that way if Hollywood throws him $5 million offers, he won't really care. Yeah, sorry guys, I'm locked onto Ivan. Ivan's paying you more enough money. I don't need your money. Like, yeah, even though you're offering me $5 million contracts for a movie, like it's not the kind of money Ivan's paying me. Yeah, Ivan's paying more money. Yeah, and then for the third movie, you can sign him to a big deal, a massive deal. Pay Michael like 12.8 million and give him 0.02 or like $11 million of the profits. Sign Michael to like a 24, $25 million deal for the third movie. A massive contract for the third movie. Sign him to a big deal like that. Give him $11 million of the profits for the third movie, or 0.02, and sign him to like a $12.8 million deal for the third movie. You even pay him $13 million. Pay him $13 million for the third movie, and give him $11 million of the profits. That's 24. That's what? That's 24 million dollars. 2.6 million for the game. As Michael signed a massive like $26 million deal for the third movie. Oh, that's a good deal, Ivan. Yeah. You got your $250K for the release, obviously. You get your $250K for the merch. You get your $40,000 in commercial money. You get your gift card and your $300 gas card. $2,000 gift card, $300 gas card. I gave Michael a good deal. It's a good deal for Michael. Whereas for the Great Escape, I'll just pay Michael his 9 and give him 0.01 of the profits if he's in the Great Escape. I'll pay him 9 for that, and I'll give him 0.01% of the profits, or $5.5 million for Michael for the Great Escape. And I'll sign him to a deal for the game too. No, for the game, I'll sign Michael to like a couple $100,000 for the Great Escape. Because the Great Escape, you're only going to be playing as me and VJ. You don't play as Keanu Reeves and all them. They're in the game, but you don't play as them. That's why Keanu Reeves, although I'm gonna Michael B. Jordan, I'll sign to maybe like a $150,000 deal for the Great Escape game, because he won't be you're not playing as him. If you don't play as the characters, don't pay them as much. Otherwise, they're ripping you off. If you play as the characters in the game quite a bit, pay them the millions. But if you don't play as them, don't let them rip you off. Pay them like 100, 150, 200,000. That way they don't rip you off. I'm sorry. Whereas for the Matrix game, you'll be playing as Michael B. Jordan, VJ, and me, and like on John Jancy and Brie Larson. I'm gonna tell you guys, look, man. Even though I'm the main character of the game, I want quite a good chunk of scenes with all these characters. They have all these missions, all that stuff. I don't pay these guys millions for nothing. I want them to contribute a lot to the game. So, Sarah. Yeah, that's a good deal for Michael B. Jordan. It's a good deal for him. It's a good deal for Michael B. Jordan, right? And then Brie Larson, I can pay her for the first movie. I can pay Brie Larson $10 million for the first movie, for the first Matrix movie. And that's why Brie Larson and John Cena are praying to God, Ivan, please do that Matrix trilogy. Because they know for the Great Escape, they're only going to be in the movie for a good like hour and 15 minutes. And I'm going to kill them off. And it's a one and done. Whereas the Matrix trilogy, they're going to be experienced that fate of me for like 9, 10 years of their life, man. They sign like a multi-movie deal contract. Yeah. And that's what they're all hoping and praying I get the Matrix. Hasbro has a high chance I might choose the Matrix over the Great Escape, man. Sorry, guys. Sorry, Keanu Reeves. Don't hate me, I'm saying. Even though the Great Escape is cool, man, being in that Matrix trilogy is fucking cool, man. I see. You know how Trinity kicks ass? Yeah, you're gonna see VJ. VJ, she wears this. I want to have VJ wear a similar thing that Trinity wore. And what? My idea for VJ is she wears something similar to what Trinity wore, but it's red. She has like a red. It's red. It's red, and like Naomi, it's red instead of black. Or you can have VJ wear a black. Black's cooler, right? Yeah, have her wear a black suit. You see VJ kicking ass in the Matrix. Yeah, it's just so cool seeing VJ kick ass like Trinity in the Matrix. Yes, you see me kicking ass as a one. You see Brie Larson, John Cena. You see Michael Jordan kicking ass in the Matrix. You have all these creepy agents. Yeah, that's why really my heart's with the Matrix, man. More than the Great Escape. Even though my heart is with the Great Escape, my heart is more with the Matrix. I want to do the Matrix trilogy more. It's a it's more than the Great Escape, obviously. It's a better story than Great Escape. Don't hate me, Keanu Reeves. So Brie Larson, I can pay her $10 million for the first movie, Matrix 4. That's a good deal for her. That's good enough. She doesn't make that in Hollywood. She makes like her $5 million in Hollywood, whatever it is. Pay her 10. Pay her a bit more than Michael because she's bigger than Michael. Pay her 10. And give her 0.02. Because by then she'll be worth $30+ million. Give her 0.02 or sign like an $11 million deal. Brie Larson. So $10 million base, $11 million of the profits for Brie Larson for the first movie. You can sign her to like a $2.3 million deal for the game, $250K merch, $250K for the re-release, obviously, $40,000 commercial money, $2,000 gift card, $3,500 gas card. That's a good deal for Brie Larson for the Matrix franchise. That's a good deal for her, obviously. That's a good deal for Brie Larson. That's a good deal for Brie Larson, obviously. And in the second movie, you can sign her to a what? Sign her to like a $12 million deal for the second movie. $12 million deal for the second movie. Pay her a bit more for her base. Give her 0.02 as well, but you can give her a bit more. Give her $12 million of the profits instead of 11. You bump it up by $1 million for the royalties. There's a good chance for the actors I might just give them a flat deal, man. That way I know they don't rip me off. It's better to just give them a flat deal for the actors. There's no point in giving the actors a percentage deal for the profits. Just give them a flat deal. That way they don't rip you off. But I'll give them the option of the percentage deal they want, right? If you want to do a percentage deal, I can give you the option if you want. So pay Brie $12 million for the second movie, and then give her $12 million of the profits. That's a $24 million deal for Brie. Pay her $2.6 million for the game. Obviously, that's a $26 million deal. $250K merch money. $250K for the release, $2,000 300 gas, so $40,000 commercial money, and speaking fee earnings, a couple of $100,000 speaking earnings. As Brie Larson signed like a $26 million deal for the second movie, that's a massive contract. That's the kind of money that guys like Will Smith, Keanu Reeves, and all them make in Hollywood. It's a good deal for Brie. And then if she's in the third movie, I'll pay her more, but there's a good chance I might kill her off in the second movie. But if she's in the third movie, I'll pay her. For the third movie, I'll pay Brie like $14 million for the third. And I'll give her 0.03 this time. And I'll give her a nice like $16.5 million of the profits. Obviously. That's the third movie. Brie signed almost about a $30 million deal. For the what? For the third movie. Third movie will be she signed a massive contract. $14 million, that's $16.5 million of the profits. $16 million of the profits. Or 0.03. And then pay her about like 2.9 for the third movie for the game. As Brie Larson signed like a $32 million deal for the third movie, a massive contract. Brie signed. And then Paul Bettany's contract, I'll match his contract with Brie's. Because Paul Bettany is just as big as Brie, right? Match his contract with Brie Larson's contract for Paul Bettany. You'll be part of the crewman, a supporting character. And the Ben Affleck, I'll match his contract with his Great Escape contract. And Brie Larson, I'll match her contract with John Krasinski's. John Krasinski's, obviously. John Krasinski, he's a bigger A-lister, so for him, you got to pay him a lot of money, obviously, for the movie. He'll be a supporting character. Pay him for the first movie. You can pay him his $16 million. You got to watch for your budget. Pay him the lowest amount. Pay him $16 million for the first movie's salary. That's good. That's a good deal for him. And on average, he probably makes like his $10 million Hollywood, whatever it is, $15 million, whatever it is. Pay him $16 million base, John Krasinski, and then pay him like a $4 million bonus for the first Matrix movie, and then give him like a 1.5 post-wing bonus, and you can give him 0.07% of the profits, or pay him a nice like 20, I don't know, pay him a nice $28 million of the profits. That's a good deal for him. Or 0.07. Give him $28 million of the profits. The guys who are worth like 70 to 100 to 99 million, those guys, they get 0.07. They make less. They make around that 25 to like $30 million, $33 million range for the profits. They don't rip you off. You can pay John Krasinski $28 million of the profit. It's a good deal for him for the movie. That way you keep him happy, and that way, because Hollywood's going to be throwing John Krasinski and all these guys a lot of money and a lot of offers. That's why you got to what? You pay these guys a boatload of money, obviously. Then for the second movie, I can pay John Krasinski $17.5 million for the second movie. $5 million bonus for that. The second movie, you can give him $1.5 million post-wing bonus, and you give him $30 million of the profits. Seems there. $30 million of the profits for the second movie. The third movie, you can pay John Krasinski is $18.8 million base salary. Pay him a $7 million bonus or a $6 million bonus, $6 or $7 million bonus, $2 million post-wing bonus if you want. And you give him like $33 million of the profits. or 0.07. That's a good deal for John. He signed like a what? Like a 50, 48, $50 million deal. It's a massive contract for John Sensi. And I'll match Hail Berry's contract with his. That's why you got to have a big 6-7 on budget, because you got to have enough room to pay all these guys a lot of money, man. You have to have enough room to pay all your stars a lot of money, obviously. Obviously, right? And then Keiji Appa, if I choose him for the Matrix trilogy, I can pay him 3.5 mil base, $250K merch money, $2,000 commercial money, $2,000 gift card, $300 gas card, $40,000 commercial money, and he gets a $250K for the releases. You sign him to a nice deal like that, but he doesn't get squat off the royalties. But he gets money off the merch, which is nice. $250K for the merch. I can sign him to like a what? Like a couple, like I don't know, like a $150,000 deal for the game around there, because he'll just be the operator. As Keiji Appa, I won't sign him to a multi-million deal for the game. Just pay him like $150,000, $170,000 for the game, because the operator you don't play as in the game. You're gonna see him in cutscenes. You're gonna hear his voiceover, but that's it. That's why pay Keiji Appa like $150,000 for the game. That way it doesn't rip you off. And then Cisco Actor, you can pay him like 2.5 million base for the first movie. Sorry, the second movie for Keiji Appa, I can pay him his $7 million, a rising star salary, $7 million base. That's all he gets. He gets his $250K merch money, and he gets his $2,000 gas card, $4,000 of commercial money, obviously, and speaking fee earnings. That's a good deal for Keiji Appa for the second. And the third movie, you can pay Keiji Appa his A-lister salary. Pay him his 9.2, give him a nice $5 million of the profits. Or 0.01. Pay him a bit less than the other guys. Give him 5. That way he doesn't rip you off. He's not as big as the other guys. You can give him 5 million or 5.5 million. Give him $5.5 million. It's a good deal for him for the third movie. And you give him $250K merch money, $2,000 $300 gas card, $40,000 worth of commercial money, and you sign him to like a what? Like a $200,000 deal for the third game. The first game you can sign Keiji Appa to a $150,000 deal. Second game, you can sign him to a $170,000 deal, $175,000 deal, $180,000 deal. The third movie, you can sign him to a $200,000 deal for the game. And the Cisco Actor, you can pay him $2.5 million for the first movie. That's good pay. He doesn't make that in Hollywood. He's a B-list actor. Don't let him dupe you, you know what I'm saying? Pay him like 2.4, 2.5. 2.4 million is good for him. Walk away with about $1 million in his bank. That's a good paycheck for him. Give him $250,000 for the merch. $2,000 gift card, $300 gas card. Obviously, and sign him to like a $40,000 deal for the first game. It's a good deal for him. Don't sign those guys to their millions, because the operator, you don't play as the operator in the game. You're just gonna see them in the cutscenes. You're gonna see them in the cutscenes. You're gonna see the operator talking and the voiceover work, the voice acting work in the movie. And that's why I don't pay those guys as much. Whereas the actors who you play as, you pay those guys their millions. Because you're playing as them in the game, but the characters you don't play as, don't pay them a lot of money. You don't want these guys ripping you off. See what I'm saying? And for the second movie, you can pay the Cisco Actor $6 million. He's not as big as Keiji Appa, so pay him less. Pay him $6 million for the second movie, and then give him $250K merch money, $2,000 gift card, $300 gas card, $250K for the re-release, obviously, $40,000 commercial money, and speaking of earnings. That's how much I'll pay him for the second movie. In the third movie, you can pay him as 9. And you can give him 0.01% of the profits, or a nice $5 million. Pay him a bit less than Keiji Appa, give him $5 million of the profits. It's a good deal for him. And $250K for the merch, $2,000 $300 gas card, $40,000 commercial money, you know what I'm saying? That's a good paycheck for that Cisco Actor. And that's how much money I'm willing to pay all my stars for the Matrix. So Paul Bettany's salary, I'll match it with Brie Larson's. John Sensi's salary, I'll match it with Halle Berry if I choose her. And Ben Affleck, I'll pay him the salary that he's making for the. You guys already know how much I want to pay him. Offer him the same contract for that he's making for the greatest game. You can pay Ben Affleck his $18 million deal, whatever it is, for the majors if you want. Because Ben Affleck will be a major character, but he'll be supporting. But the major characters will be me, VJ, Mike B. Jordan. And me, VJ, Mike B. Jordan, those are the three major characters. Whereas everyone else are just supporting characters. But they're major too, they're supporting though. Samsara? Yeah. Obviously. That's why all those actors are. Even Ben Affleck is hoping I do The Matrix. Because he knows for The Great Escape, it's a one and done. Yeah, he'll play the role of the big boss in the Great Escape, but The Great Escape is a one and done, man. After the 2.5 years, it's over. Whereas The Matrix, Ben Affleck knows if he does The Matrix, he'll be saved for like 3 movies, for 9, 10 years of his life, and he wants to be saved. Obviously, he doesn't want to be left behind. Yeah, I want to experience that fame for that Matrix franchise for like 10 years of my life. Yeah, they all want to experience that fame for like 10 years of their life because they want to be saved. And they'd rather work for me than work in Hollywood. Because my company's better in Hollywood. Amazing story. We'll call it the one. Yeah, so that's how much money I want to pay all my stars. And the minor characters, you pay them, they're what? They're 200, 250, 300, $400,000. $680,000 of the pretty major characters, you pay those guys. So the agents, the 3 agents, they're not going to be that major characters. Those actors, you can pay them like $170,000 for the movie. They're not really that major characters. Was the actor for Agent Smith, you have to sign him to a big deal, obviously. Was the agents, they don't make as much money in the movie. My parents, you know what I'm saying? My best friend in the movie, those guys, you sign like a $150,000 deal, $160,000 deal. They're not that major characters. So that's a good paycheck for a minor role, man. So $160K in Hollywood, they get like $40K in minor roles, man, like $50K, $60K. I'm paying you $160K. That's a nice paycheck for a minor role. It's a nice paycheck. It's a nice salary for a minor character. You live off that money for a good year. You can get yourself a nice car. It's a pretty good paycheck for a minor role. Whereas the major stars, you pay them the millions. The major Hollywood actor stars, you got to pay them the millions. Whereas the minor characters, you don't pay them as much. You pay them a couple $100,000. That way they don't rip you off. But guaranteed, Warner Bros. Will ask you, Ivan, how does Agent Smith come back? If you want to do a sequel, like how's that going to work? Okay, first off, it's not Resurrections is not a part of canon. I want that deleted. So you're the one, Ivan. VJ's the one. I'm like, yeah, Ivan, what's your idea? Like, how does the one come back? How does Agent Smith come back? Okay, this is my idea. Remember in Matrix 1? Yeah, I remember Matrix 1. Remember when Keanu Reeves jumped into Smith? And he destroyed Smith from within, obviously. Smith came back more powerful and reloaded. He was able to clone himself, and he's no longer plugged in the Matrix. And then in Revolutions, Neo let Smith copies onto him, and he became the Neo Smith. And when the machines destroyed the Neo Smith, obviously, and destroyed the program Smith, the program Smith was imprinted onto Neo and it was never fully destroyed. Oh, so that's how he comes back. Yes. And then 7 years later, there's a deja vu in the Matrix, and Agent Smith comes back with 3 agents. So Ivan, how does he come back? Yeah, you have this like electricity. Something like Terminator, something similar to Terminator. You have this electricity and the body of the program Smith forms. You get the green code and the body of Agent Smith forms. And he's naked, and 3 other agents form behind him. And my idea is, you know what I'm saying? And Smith coming back into the Matrix causes the glitch deja vu in the Matrix. That's why I'm going to call it the Matrix deja vu. Oh, deja vu? I'm like, yeah, deja vu. I'm going to start the movie off with flashbacks from the originals. Hence why, as part of the deal, guys, I want the licensing rights to include clips from the originals in my movie. Make sure you write that in the contract. That way they don't dupe you, man. I'm already paying you $2.2 million. I'm not going to let you dupe me and charge me to get the rights to add clips from the originals. That's why I have that part of the contract. That way they know. Warner Bros. Knows, obviously. I want the rights to include clips from the originals in my sequel movies. Because I want to start the Matrix 4 off with flashbacks clips from the originals. Keanu Reeves' life, Morpheus talking, the one was born inside. And I'm going to end it off with when Keanu Reeves like, deja vu. And Carrie Ann Moss like, yeah, deja vu happens when there's a change in the Matrix. There's a glitch in the Matrix, yeah. And you get the green code, the Matrix deja vu. It's black, and it zooms in and transfers that to that family in the event. It says 70 years later. You know what I'm saying? You're creative, Ivan. Yes, I'm very creative. And then they go to their house, and that's when the deja vu happens, and something changes in their house. Mom, Dad, I saw a cat. What's going on? And that's when Agent Smith comes back into the Matrix. It's a glitch, the deja vu, yeah. Holy shit, I'm creative. Yes, very creative. So Agent Smith coming back causes a small little change in the Matrix. It affects the Matrix a little bit. So I'm saying, I know what I'm doing. So that's how Smith comes back, Ivan. He's imprinted onto Neo. He's a part of Neo, yes. And because Smith is connected to me and he's my opposite, when Smith comes back, the one is also born in the Matrix. The 7th one is also born in the Matrix too. Except I am not the same one as Neo. I'm a different one. Same essence, same code, but we're different people, we're different persons. Just like the five ones before Neo were not the same ones, they were different ones. They look different, they were not the same. The new one, it looks different, he's a different one, but I have the same essence, the same spirit as Neo, pretty much. But we're different persons. See what I'm saying? That's my idea for the story. I was looking at an amazing story, yeah, man. You're looking at an amazing story. And the world was that's all blown away. Holy shit, Ivan, you're creative, yeah. Yeah, so my idea is when the deja vu happens in the Matrix, the Oracle is transfers to a scene with the Oracle. She's in her apartment. Since she's in her apartment, obviously, and she hears like a bunch of noise, mumbling and noises outside. So what's going on? And she opens the door and she sees everyone, people yelling, people reacting in the hallway. It's like, what's going on over here? You don't know there's something there's people have been complaining about changes going on there in their house and apartments. It's like, changes in the house and apartments. She has that look. He's like, hello, are you okay? It looks like you saw a dead ghost. She's like, deja vu. You know what I'm saying? He's like, what? You know what this means? She closes the door. She's like, oh my God, Smith has returned. And she's like, Neo has failed us all. Yeah. And then she ends up, she takes out her cell phone. She calls the architect. And she meets the architect in the park. The very park where she met that Indian girl in the end of the revolution. She meets the architect in that same park. You know what I'm saying? And then my idea is they go into the machine world. Or I don't have to have them go into the machine world. But I think it's cooler if the Oracle and Architect, they go into the machine world. And they go into that house where Neo first met Morpheus. And Morpheus and all those guys, they left the stuff there. It's all aging, full of webs and everything. It's like 7 years old. And the mirror is still here. And they go through that mirror and that takes them to the machine world. They don't go into Zion, no, they go into the machine world. And they talk to the machine. They said the one will be reborn. The one will be born. The seventh one will be born, you know what I'm saying? And the machine god tells him how, like Neo said, how the Agent Smith has grown beyond all our control. Neo couldn't defeat him. He said he could defeat him, but he couldn't defeat him. Neo failed, yeah. That's my idea for the story. Look at an amazing story. So what can I have here?